Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with the hockey guru, Bruce Kubitz. Talking Penguins hockey. Bruce has been doing his life. How many games have you been to in your life? 3,000? No.
Well, you got to figure 40
2,000? 2,000?
years.
2,000?
Easy.
Over 2,000 NHL games, probably closer to 2,500. Pens this year, they're frustrating a lot of fans. I mean, they're what, 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
All right, Bruce, what do you think of this? What do you think? What's the problem?
Well,
I mean, let it all out.
I think it's a combination of things.
Okay.
I think you got a lot of guys made a lot. This is my total opinion here.
Okay.
A lot of guys made a lot of money, the core, and I think it's getting your face dirty, as they say in hockey.
Okay.
Crashing the net, doing the necessary things to win hockey games. And I think they're just not doing that. Why? I don't know. Everybody wants Mike Johnson gone. There's been other coaches here. We've had same problems, and they haven't gone. They've gotten rid of coaches. They've brought new coaches in different systems.
But this year, the other years, even though they might have gotten knocked out in the playoffs, they weren't in this kind of slump, this more prolonged slump. The last 27 games, 8 and 19, that's basically 1/3 of a season, right?
Yes.
And they've scored 3 goals or more one time, Bruce.
One time. And
that's putrid.
And they're coming back very minimal come back.
Okay, who do you put the blame on? Who do you put the onus on?
Well,
I know you're a Crosby guy.
Well,
Does Crosby take any of the blame here?
Well, yeah,
I mean, the guy, I don't know hockey like you. Okay, I'm a baseball guy. But the guy does not shoot the puck.
Well,
okay, I understand he's going to pass it, but if it's not working, you have to change something.
I would say he takes 50%.
You're sticking up for him again.
Well,
here you go. This is an apologist. There you go. There's the legend. How about?
Okay.
Okay, he's apologizing for Sid. Am I right or wrong?
Well, yes. You know, okay, but make no mistake about it. Sid has not played well. For whatever
that's what I'm
reason.
asking him, and he's basically defending the guy.
And usually, when teams take off and they go on runs, or when a team slumps, it's usually the effect of the star player. Now,
Right.
he is a captain, and
But he's not putting the puck on the net. He's passing the puck.
No, he's not. He has to take it upon himself to
Right.
do that. He's considered to be the best in the game.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, he's not.
Okay, this guy, I respect this guy right here to your right, to your left, his opinion. There's no one that knows hockey like him.
Yes.
No bigger fan in the world. But he constantly will defend Sid.
Well,
I
he
mean, no
can't
matter what.
always.
What do you have to say about that, Bruce?
Well,
am I right or wrong? I'm just looking at it analytically on just the statistics alone.
Well, I probably defend him more, maybe, than an average person. Maybe not so much the media lately. They've been getting on him. I defend him more because I know how bad he wants to win. Now, speaking of that, I think he can do more. And I think, I don't know what's going on. I think they're just...
So basically, everyone and their mother, it's like there's no answer to the situation.
Well, there's an answer to every situation.
Okay, but what is it?
But I don't know what the answer is yet. We've only played
if they're not scoring goals, okay, and he's supposedly the best player in the world, why, instead of passing it to the puck to Kessel, whoever, Hornquist, why doesn't he just take it upon himself and just shoot it?
That I agree with you. That I agree. He should shoot the puck, and you know what? You have 2 other wingers with you,
but none of them are scoring.
And none of them are scoring.
Right. So there's a problem. Am I right or wrong?
So there's a problem, and he needs to start shooting the puck more to maybe and they have to create some traffic in front of the net. This is my biggest problem with him, and I don't care who's coaching this team.
But who do you put the blame on for them? Who do you put the blame on? Isn't the coach or coaches responsible for telling them to crash the net and go like you're saying?
Well, you would think, but I don't care. Anybody out there today, they can say whatever they want. This goes to media, the people on Twitter, whatever it is.
Yes.
Unless you're in that room and we know exactly what is going on, then we can only surmise it could be this, it could be that.
So we're basically
maybe Johnston is telling them crash the net, and maybe they refuse to do that. So the bottom line is, they're probably going to make a coaching change if this slide continues.
Okay, you get rid of.
If they continue to flounder, then you're going to have to start shipping out.
Okay, who could you ship out? Who would you ship out on the team that has value? I'm just going to tell you my opinion. Letang has value.
Yeah.
Sid has value. Kessel has value. Malkin has value. Correct?
Yeah.
Who else has value?
Well,
Sprong maybe. He's a young kid.
Yeah, he's a young kid.
And
I mean,
Fleury.
they really don't have much draft.
Fleury.
picks.
The other players.
You don't
really
have much
any
draft
value.
picks to ship out now and stuff like that. You just, I think I hate to say it, you might have to start with one or two of the core players.
Okay, do you think this is going to turn around, Bruce?
I mean,
don't say this with the heart, with your head, your mind, your brain. Do you actually feel are you like you're getting a little skeptical, I can tell your voice.
I don't know.
You're stuttering a bit.
I don't know if it's going to turn around with the same core players.
Okay, so
That's my opinion.
So you're basically saying Sid,
Malkin.
So you're saying someone has to go.
Somebody might have.
That's the first time you've ever said this.
Unfortunately, I really hate to say that. Somebody
never heard
might
you
have
say
to
that.
go to you know what I mean? Because you just can't keep firing coaches every year.
We're going to go here to the legend. How do you feel about that, Hal?
Okay, I think that it will turn around. Yes, I think they may need a shake-up in coaching.
Okay.
And I agree with Bruce that sometimes you have to trade away a star player.
Okay.
You're going to need grit.
Okay,
And,
if that's what I said for you. I mean, I can't see them trading Sid. I just can't see them doing
well,
that.
you know what, though? The longer this goes on, I don't think no one is untradeable.
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay, you're not a big Mike Johnson guy. We've seen that.
No.
Okay, so if you want to fire Johnson, correct? If they're still doing bad too much.
I think.
Okay, Hal.
Sometimes
Let me
you
ask
don't
you a
have
question.
choice.
Who do you bring in as the coach? Give me a name.
Well, I don't really have a name. The guy I really wanted to come here just got taken by Columbus. John Tortorella.
Okay.
Okay, so I was settled for a younger coach in the interim, and then in the offseason go after a big.
But how? Shouldn't this have been gone on 6 months ago? You're just wasting
I lobbied for Mike Babcock.
Okay.
And that fell through the boards.
Okay.
Now, do you figure getting ousted in the first round last year, the Pens would have wanted to make a coaching change.
Right.
So we already passed that.
Right. Well, they said they're giving him wasn't enough time. They want to give because I guess there was injuries.
Well, we have two of the best players in the world, and
Now you have three, right? 3 of the top 10. Am I right?
Okay, yeah, and then we had 2 last year.
Right.
And then we got ousted in the first round, be it we finished 8th. There's no way we should have finished 8th.
Okay.
Top 2 players in the world.
Okay.
We have to wait till the last game.
Right, everyone's saying the same thing you're saying, Hal. But how? But is there a concrete answer to what we're saying? Or we're just trying to?
Well, it's a major shake-up and the major trade. If you want to go down that, because if you don't do that, this is going to keep on going and going, and the way it's going, we won't make the playoffs. If you keep floundering like this, we basically have 500.
Okay, that's what you're saying. If it keeps going, we won't make the playoffs. You're gonna get rid of Johnson. Like I asked you before, why not get rid of him today? Why wait till tomorrow? Do you think things are going to really change?
I'm in favor of
Do you think things are going to really change except in spurts? I'm talking like a week maybe.
Well, there's always a chance with 2 of the top players in the world, even though they're not playing like it. They have to light a fire among themselves.
Okay. No, how do you feel about that, Bruce?
Well, let me say something else, okay? Number one, if you think Crosby, or maybe even so Malkin, is going to go before ownership is settled here, you're sadly mistaken.
I agree 100%.
Because number
value
one,
of the team won't be as
Mario's trying to sell this team, which I believe he's lobbying to it, and I think he wants out. Any new owner that's going to come in here, they're going to look for the seats to be filled, the team to be playing well, and the players to market. And if you get rid of one of those 2 guys, that could hurt you as far as him selling the team.
Okay.
So, and I don't think they necessarily have to trade one of those 2 guys right now.
You just said they did 5 minutes ago.
Well, I said...
You said they might have to do something with the core.
Well, I said maybe after the season if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work this year, I don't think you could judge 10 games into the year that it's definitely not going to work.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's going back 27 games.
Well,
just statistically
that's
from last
still
season. That's 1/3 of the season.
Well, that is 1/3 of the season, but still, they have played well. Not so much this year, but they have played well. So it's like I think we're going to see in the next week and a half. I believe they have 6 out of their next 7 on the road.
Okay.
And I think when they come back from Western Canada, which they go there the 1st of November, I think we'll have a pretty good idea on who's leading this team.
Okay, I'm going to throw a name off the wall. This is purely off the wall. Probably laugh at me when I tell you the name. What up? Okay, just if you're going to get rid of Johnston, why don't you bring Phil Bourque down? The guy seems to know his hockey.
Well,
could he do any worse?
Well,
Could he do any worse? He's respected.
He's respected, but he's been an announcer. He has been a player, but I don't think he's been interactive with so much on the team on the ice the everyday drills. The everyday.
So you wouldn't even consider it?
No, I wouldn't consider it.
How about you, Hal?
Well, I'm going to toss a name out, and you're going to laugh at me.
Okay.
But I always respected his coaching.
Okay.
Iron Mike Keenan.
I'm not respected.
You know what, though? If something doesn't work, it's going to change
Wait,
courses.
last question, Al. Last question. We'll wrap this thing up. Aren't we just grasping at straws to find an answer that we can't find?
Well,
Is there maybe this team's not any good anymore, and we're going to have to face reality?
we have to do
like they
something-
say, reality bites, right? The movie.
yeah.
Maybe we're facing reality.
Well, okay, but you know what, though? How do you figure out Crosby and Malcolm not playing up to point?
How?
With those two players.
I have no idea. I've been saying how. We've been saying this the past 2 years, right? In the playoffs, right, Bruce? In the playoffs, we've been saying the same thing. They can't. They played Boston 2 years ago.
Yeah,
They didn't.
score a goal.
They got shut out 2 times.
Yeah,
They
couldn't
couldn't
score.
score. What's the same thing? We're talking the same thing again. They can't score. Okay, next year they'll be refreshed.
Yeah.
Whatever.
This team
Cross-
should be scoring more goals
Right.
than they're doing. I'm not saying they need to be scoring 6, 7 goals a game because it's a little different here now. Scoring goals, the equipment, not to be making excuses.
Right.
They should be scoring
How
more.
frustrated? On a 1 to 10 scale, Bruce. How frustrated are you?
I'm
right now?
pretty frustrated.
On a 1 to 10, give me a number.
Probably an 8.
You're an 8.
Probably an 8 because I know the season's still young.
Okay.
But
So you're still a believer.
well, I still believe. Yeah,
Okay.
I still believe because I believe you got this in my mind when I think this over and over. You got too good of players not to be producing.
I agree 100%.
I mean,
I am not arguing with
let's
you at
put
all.
It this way. Sid and Malkin didn't forget how to play hockey overnight.
I've been
Even
saying
though
that
it's been a while.
Right, but I've been saying I agree with you unequivocally, but they're not doing. I mean, they're not scoring, and Sid does not shoot the puck.
Yeah, well,
that's
that's the problem.
Isn't the goal? Isn't the object to get the puck on your stick and pull it back and try to get through the net?
Yeah, well,
I mean, why would you
yeah.
don't pass it? Shoot it. How frustrated is the legend on a 1 to 10?
Okay, well, it's probably about a 9 because I just can't figure it out. For a team that wants to win this bad, they faltered in a month of, basically in the month of March, and they had to wait till the last game of the season to make the playoffs,
Right.
and then they faltered in the playoffs.
Right.
Now, when it happens to most organizations, they usually fire coaches.
Right.
Not all the coaches' fault, but it's a lot easier
Right,
to
he's the
fire 1 and
scapegoat.
20.
He's the scapegoat.
Lot easier to
Someone
fire
has to
1
take the
and
blame.
20.
You can't fire the players.
Well, you have to set the example somewhere that you're not going to stand for.
Right.
So by Penguins not doing that, they accepted what
Okay,
happened.
last question for Mr. Bell. Do you think, just hypothetically, if they kept Sergei Gonchar, even though he's 41, 42 years old, just kept him on the roster, put him on the point at the power play, things could be any better? What's their on their power plays?
It could
what
be
are
a
they?
little bit
They're-
better.
You know what they're on the power play?
Well, they would,
They're hitting 2 for 25, which is 8%. Am I right?
and they went through a stretch where they were 0 for 17.
Right.
So
you think if
that's
if
unacceptable,
Gonchar was
too.
here, could it be any worse?
No, it couldn't. No.
Could it be any
No.
better?
There's a chance, but I mean, we'll never know.
Okay. How about you, Bruce?
He looked pretty bad.
Okay.
I mean, he
All
looked
right.
pretty bad
Okay.
in exhibition.
We're going to wrap it up here, gentlemen. We appreciate it.
0 for 17 is pretty bad.
We appreciate it. The man, the legend, Hal Bell, hockey guru, Bruce Goode.